Hello, my name is Joshua Schlegel, and this is my spoiler-free review of Before They Are Hanged by Joe Abercrombie, which is book 2 of the First Law trilogy. So what I like about this book, I'm just gonna set it right here. So what I love that it picks up right where it left off from the blade itself. You get right back into the chaos. You also get a new point of view for a main character, or really it takes one of the side characters from the blade itself and makes it a main character POV in book 2, which is probably my favorite. Definitely one of my favorite POV. Definitely one of my favorite character arcs throughout book 2. The world building continues to be done very well, especially in the far parts of the world. And of course, with book 2 being past all the setup things that are done in the blade itself, it's way more intense. The stakes feel higher. And it's just, you're just in the thick of all the conflicts and everything that's going on. It has the same funny humor beats, hilarious moments as well, even more so in my opinion than in book 1. The transformation of the characters are amazing. They're so good. My favorite character from book 1 is different than my favorite character in this book. So I do have 3 mixes for this one. I have 0 dislikes, which is really good. So mix number 1 for me, I felt a little uncomfortable with how graphic this book became compared to the first one. Not that I couldn't handle it or anything, I think it just kind of threw me off guard. Wasn't bad, but yeah, like I said, it's a mix. I did get used to it. I think it was just unexpected. The second mix for me would be, ironically, the main quest that's going on in the story, which to me is the overarching main plot as well, that progresses through this central point, is the slowest part of the book, or was the slowest part of the book for me. So that was kind of a letdown. And with that being said, it wasn't bad. It just, compared to the other conflicts going on, for me, they were hitting and firing on all cylinders. But the main quest, the one that I was actually most intrigued for to see how it progressed and continued on, felt like the slowest part. So transitioning from mix 2 to mix 3, the ending of this book also felt anticlimactic for me. It felt intentional and definitely opened up a lot of questions in my mind, and it's fun to try to guess what's going to happen and whatnot. But yeah, I just kind of felt like, oh, like, you know, like that's it. It just felt unsettling. So not saying I hated it completely. I wasn't like super upset or anything like that, or felt like I wasted my time by any means. Like I said, it felt anticlimactic from what I expected. So my overall rating for this book is 5 stars across the board. Definitely loved this one. I could not put it down. I like this one better than book 1 for sure. Yeah, I mean, highly recommend to any fantasy series reader, especially if you like Game of Thrones. Like this just reminds me of Game of Thrones vibes. I have not read the Game of Thrones books, Song of Ice and Fire. Of course, I'm basing off of my feel from just watching the show. Like I said, I would still say this is a bit toned down from the darkness or the grimdark side from the Game of Thrones vibes, but it definitely has its dark moments for sure. And I can see why it's grimdark even more so in this one. And so I love this book. I think it's a must read. If it's on your TBR list at all, definitely read it as soon as possible. Don't skip out on book 1 for sure. But yeah, this great book, great sequel to The Blade itself. So that's it for my spoiler-free review of Before They Are Hanged by Joe Abercrombie. Get the trilogy, read the trilogy. It's so good. Thank you for watching. And if you have any thoughts or comments, please feel free to comment down below. Also check out my spoiler discussion video that I'll be posting as well about this book, where I just go into the details of it and whatnot, kind of ramble about it, geek out about it. But yeah, appreciate you watching this video. Hope it brought value to you somehow. And I wish you the best. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Yo! Alright. Let's do this. Say one thing for Joe Abercrombie. Okay. This is my spoiler-free review.